those who are scoring poor marks in GS3, then there is one common thing which I have seen, that people are not preparing topics apart from economic development. But if you prepare topic like security, environment, and agriculture and other topics, you will definitely get good marks. Okay, so that is why we have started with security. Every year around 50 questions. Every year around 50 question you will sorry 50 marks questions you will find from security. So 50 marks is a very good amount of marks, because it is like 20% of the GS3 paper. So if 20%, 50 marks are coming from this particular side, then definitely it is very important for all of us. Then there is other thing, that in security you don't have to put much effort. Okay, with very less effort you can prepare these topics like security, DM, environment, and other things, and you will be able to write good answers in this. So security require very less effort from our side, and with this less effort you can score a good amount of marks in this particular section. So there is a very defined syllabus. UPSC has given us very defined syllabus. So we have to limit ourselves to the syllabus. We don't have to go beyond the syllabus, because they are not asking any question beyond the syllabus. Thing number one. Second thing, in the security you don't have to become security expert. Okay, it is not your job to become security expert. Your job is just to prepare the basic content and learn how to use that content. In the whole security uh, uh, there are three things which are very important. Number one, sticking to the syllabus. Number two, role of the keywords. Okay, keywords here are very important. If you know the keyword and if you know that where to use, then definitely you will fetch some good marks. Okay, and third thing, some innovation you can do in security part. In other parts you might not be able to do some experiment, but in security part especially you can do some innovation. Like here I can allow you to draw some flowchart. Generally I'm against the flowchart, but this is the part where you can draw some flowcharts, and by making those flowcharts your answer will look good. Okay, and you can draw the map. Certainly maps are very important here, because whenever we are going to show the security challenges faced by India, especially Naxal and Northeast insurgency, you can draw the map, and you must draw. Not only you can, you must draw. Because by showing on the map you can show to the examiner that, sir, yes, I know what this issue is. Okay, so this is the brief of the security. Coming to the India's internal security challenges, there are certain challenges faced by India. So I have pointed it out in the slide, as you can see it. So there is cyber security, Naxalism, Kashmir issue, terrorism, Northeast insurgency, border management, money laundering, and police reforms. So we'll see one by one that what all the challenges from this particular dimensions are. Number one thing. Second thing, all the brief. Aditya, we will give you the notes. We will give you the proper notes. So don't worry about that. And when we will start the topic, I will keep on sharing the notes with you on the Telegram. So you can open those notes. Okay. And on those notes, you can see. So I don't want you to put lot of effort, because we are there and we have done that for you guys. So you don't have to worry about all those things. Okay, so let's take a brief of security. What is security? Okay, if we'll see that what is security, why security is very important. People are talking about environment, people are talking about health, education, poverty, and development, sustainable development. Why this particular security is very important? Look, security is the foundation. Security is that fertile ground. On that ground, you can grow in number of plants. You can grow your education, you can grow health, you can grow development, industries, anything. So the basic foundation is the security. And even if we'll go back to the ancient times or any time in the history, you'll find security played a very important role. If your borders are not secure, there are two kind of security. One is the internal security, second is the external security. Here we will be dealing with the internal security. So if your country is not safe, if I'll talk about the internal security, then forget about other things. Forget about health, forget about education, forget about peace, development, philosophies, enlightenment, anything. This is the foremost requirement for any nation to grow. This is the foremost requirement of any society to grow. It is the foundation, it is the base on which everything rests. Okay. And it is the most sacred duty of every citizen of any country to protect their land. If you are not able to protect your land, then trust me, you cannot grow or you cannot achieve anything. So when it comes to a country, like if we'll talk about India, so what does security mean? Security of citizens, security of our infrastructure, security of our borders. Okay. Even infrastructure is very important. If you are not able to secure your infrastructure, this internet, wait, yeah. So if you are not able to secure these things, then your life becomes very difficult. Okay. Then comes to the security of a person. Okay. Persons are two types, like we are common man. Okay. And other is VIPs. So at times we have a notion that VIPs are getting more security and they are getting more privilege over us. But the constitution says that we all are equal. So why we are focusing more on them than to the common man? So it is not the case. Government is focusing on both the side. They are focusing on the common man as well as the higher authorities. And why we should protect our higher authorities also. Okay, it is one particular thing where in media you will see they will shout that why they get so much privilege over us. But we are not, when we comes to protecting the higher authorities or VIPs, or rather I would say the constitutional positions, then your country is not secure, because in India we have seen the assassination of two prime ministers. Despite of that, luckily there was no confusion, and the transition of power was smooth comparatively. But if I'll take you to some other countries, like in Colombia during the drug war, that Pablo Escobar, he was in the habit of killing some politician, and it led to unrest, and it led to a lot of unrest, and country which was growing to certain extent, that growth stopped. In Bangladesh, we have seen that in 1971 war, they got the independence, and the head of the Bangladesh was assassinated. So they could have grown more. So it is also important. We don't protect the person. Okay. When I'm talking about the constitutional provisions, we are not protecting a person. We are protecting the post, and protecting that post is very important. Okay. So this one line, that security is the foundation on which everything rests, you can write it down somewhere. It is very important. Okay, because if there is no if your country is not secure, then you cannot do anything. Let me give you very fine example. There is a country called Syria, Libya. Okay, so Syria and Libya, and even Iraq. Okay, if we are talking about the development side, you will find that in Iraq or in Syria or Libya, there was if you'll see the health, education, and all those things, it was roughly free. Okay, you can do your engineering or anything, it was comparatively free. But today, if you look at those countries where they are like hundreds year back where they were. So their head were secure. So what was the issue in those countries? In those countries, that the issue was of personal security. That people were not feeling secure, and head of the state was secure. Then revolution came, everything changed, and now they are 100 years back. So it is very important. We will cover each and every dimension. In each and every dimension, I'll point it out that these are the keywords, and I'll tell you how to use. Suppose there is a keyword, cutting the financial supply line. It's a keyword. Okay, cutting the financial supply line. Whenever you will write answer on Naxalism, Kashmir issue, terrorism, Northeast insurgency, money laundering, anything, you have to write that keyword. And I'll explain what is cutting the financial supply line and mind and heart strategy. But these are the keywords which you should write in your answer as well as highlight it. Then, when we will prepare all those topics of security, so what we'll do, will not we don't have to mug up lot of content. We don't have to prepare lot of content. Here we will deal in a very limited manner. But what you have to do, that you have to mug up the points, because if you can mug up the points, suppose when we'll talk about Naxalism. So in Naxalism, in social side, there are certain points, and these are standard points. If you can mug it up, then your life becomes easier, because you can directly write those points. And hardly 4 or 5 points under every head you have to mug up, not more than that. So suppose there is a topic Naxalism, so social, security, political, developmental, or anything. So in this, just four points you have to mug up, and just mug it up. And when you see the question, according to the demand of the question, write those points. These are standard points. So very limited content, but yes, mugging up has to be there. Okay.